Welcome, welcome, welcome to I Espy with my Shamanic eye, Gabrielle here. Alright, let's start with some love, some joy, some celebration. OMG and always grounded in the truth. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, angels, ancestors, and guides, archangels, Mother, Father. Let's rock. I kind of need to see. Like, energies feel a little intense. No, it's funny. There is a sextile between Mars and Venus occurring this evening, but overall the energies are pretty stable. The moon's just in Cancer, and so it is what it is. All right, Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, unicorn spirit, peacock spirit. This might be time to, throw that, show them. Ooh, moth and dragonfly. All right. And then I cut it back to the unicorn. I'm just going to leave that right there because it's so dope. Such a beautiful card. So vivid. I think we got moth the other day, actually. Let's see. Impulsive, hasty, and wishful. The moth is sure that grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex no matter the illusions. No one is exempt from trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. Ooh. Feel like they about to come at y'all, folks who are in moth energy. Excuse me. When it's in balance, right? Enthusiastic and whimsical. When out of balance, idealizes others and jittery. To bring into balance, finish a project. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Okay. Dragonfly. Here we go. Now, mind you, in the moth energy, they mentioned the word illusion, right? Here's Dragonfly, master of light, illusion, and the mind. The dragonfly, what? Dragonfly, no. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder and awe. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still? Dreamlike or clear or crystal clear rather? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm our mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. When in balance, sees clearly, joyful, magical. When out of balance, can't concentrate, busy mind. To bring back into balance, focus on breath work. Okay? Very important. Uh, Interesting. Now, I did mention early on that this mercurial season was going to be a little bit more intense. than others. And that's primarily because we are in the energy of the year 9. And so there's a lot of finality. There's also higher insight because of its connection to the ninth house, in which is Sagittarius, right? We seek, right? But we seek higher learning, higher education, higher teachings, um, the expansion of the consciousness. And so this transition, this tug of war energy, right? But today in particular, because the moon is in Cancer, that's a very heavy, watery cardinal, and so you might have some unnecessary conflicts because of conflicting energetic polarities. So I would very much, just take a deep cleansing breath as people are. I love that people are using the term "go touch some grass." Like, I love that. I do. It'll cool down the energies. See, look, because I really do feel like collectively, even in travel and traversing, this is interesting to show up like that. Like, there's it feels like a very like a roaming demonic energy, right? So there's the moon, chariot. And so this could be a great day to, do some spiritual housekeeping to chase away this energy. Because it feels very chaotic, and organization and cleaning is a great way because, cleanliness is godliness. Now, this could also be your personal vessel. So spiritual baths, prayer mode is activated. Yeah. But yeah, speak. You know what I mean? Cast out, speak. Chase these energies out. Yeah. This is what I was feeling when we first pulled Moth energy, Five of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. And so you might have to confront that sort of victim consciousness energy. The woe is me. Again, people do go through highs and lows in life. And so, again, seeing it that way is better than seeing it as if everything's, stacked against you. These are just lessons from our Father. Right. But that's not to ignore that there are other spiritual things going on, but there's a recognition of the ups and downs, the highs and lows, the light and the dark, just the contrast of life. A wheel is an unstable thing. It's designed to spin, it's designed to move, right? And so life is complex, it is diverse. Even the best of people experience extreme hardships. You've heard of people who were on top, seemed like they had everything, but something unfortunate happens, and then next thing you know, they're in a position of being destitute. It is just part of the planetary experience of Earth, right? There's a golden opportunity coming. They want you to learn to plan better, calm yourself, see things clearer. You know what I mean? Look, it's just duality. Okay? Oh, a light worker has recently exposed a dark practitioner too. I just saw that with that combination of cards. Okay. Sure. That's so interesting. This really makes me feel like someone is trying to open like some Hellgate portal. I'm not even joking. Look at this shit. Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Wands, Devil, the Four of Wands. Look at the gates. The portal with the moon. The new moon happens next weekend, or this, what's that, the 21st? Yesterday we had the fourth quarter moon. Oh. When? Ah, okay. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see that. Huh. Yeah, because it's an energy of chaos that they're trying to manifest through this portal. Oh God, yeah. See, look, this is like some massive summoning. It's not going to work. Oh yeah. They just showed me that this is something they started collectively in August during the Lionsgate opening. Yeah, there is literal hell to pay for this shit. Justice, Ten of Swords, Death. Oh yeah. Anyway, this is going to be a positive thing for you who have been, fighting the good fight, so to speak, seeing things clearer, choosing to focus on other things, if you will. No, very much seeing things properly. Hangman, Star. Whatever narrative that they're trying to project and to push, you're very scrutinizing about it. You're actually outright rejecting it as some form of fear mongering, emotional manipulation. Nine of Cups, Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands, rather. Yeah. Ooh. Anyway, I don't even want to. Temperance, right? Okay. That's how you know you're in balance. There's a curiosity to the mind. This is a lot of air energy. And I am seeing that the insight plants that you offer provide, it plants deep seeds within the soul. And it's very difficult to twist the minds of those to whom your seeds have been planted, is what I'm getting. I like that. That's awesome. Yeah, cooler heads always prevail. Because look, see the fire ant sticking out here? It's like ants by themselves are not like one is not a problem, but when you see one, there's always more. And so it can be a mighty force, right? When they group together. But it's just so funny. Look at the turtle. Um, but it feels very three-dimensional tactics and antics going up against something very, very magical. Something literally built for the endurance of the spiritual game. Look at that. And instead of like ants, they multiply very rapidly, very quickly, and so it's like fervor. But again, it could be positive or negative depending on what it is that's being done. And so if there's a spin doctoring of information or of an event, say, right? It's not happening. Yeah, see, look. Like I said, the seeds you plant within people, that higher perspective, right? Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Sovereignty over one's mind, thoughts. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. All right. That's neat. Like, this is how they want you, but this is how you are. Okay. Because they're the colors, look at this. See, he's got some green in there. Green, like, oh yeah. Because it's a matter of the heart with the green energy, heart chakra energy. Clarity of mind. Look at that vibrant blue. Look. They could be doing this against a high priestess, right? You yourself could be a high priestess in your own rights. They want you to, be in the energy of maybe. But maybe is a way of which to ponder all sides of information before you rush to one, event, if you will. One conclusion. Nice. Okay. Look. Look at this. Look. Keeps coming. I rebuke you and all your minions. I really do, Jesus. Archangel Michael, go on and handle your light work. Look, this dark practitioner is very heavily invested in what outcome? Trauma. I'm not even kidding. Wearing you down. Pushing you into a space of worry and pessimism. Testing your faith. Testing your resilience. But you, look, Queen of Swords, you know that though. Right, because this energy of the High Priestess on its own, look, Queen of Swords, remember all this air energy? Look at that. We were just talking about the mercurial impact, right? It's so funny how this is here like this. The Queen of Swords is a cusp energy between Virgo and Libra. Unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, perceptive. They want to distort this. They want you closed off. Because at least the Queen of Swords, the hand is open, right? A willingness to hear. They could even want to sever your ability to hear, meaning your clairs. This person is celebrated for their work. I just seen it. I feel like every time they engage in this sort of activity, they are left wanting. They leave disappointed. That's what happens when you really do the healing work. Definitely trying to call down or call up, call forth something. Oh, That's the answer to my question. Remember, I told you about that sextile between Venus, or no, yeah, no, Venus and Mars. Anyway, they want to call down your abundance to them. That's interesting. Yeah, when I said they was doing the most, like they're heavily invested in this torment, in this torture. Because they, look, an empress isn't supposed to have to work hard. Not saying they won't, but that's not the vibe. This person wants you to struggle. They really do. Or they want you to be overwhelmed. But I feel like, look, how the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups is right there. But they're not experiencing that. They're not. And I feel like the more they do, the more they're realizing that you just can't be beat. That they have literally sacrificed so much of their own time and energy trying to watch and wait and see for any shifts, any changes, any... And it's like no matter what they do to try to bring you to heal, bring you to rest and turn you, doesn't matter. Like they can see the energy, the essence of the divine interceding for you. Look, no matter what, here comes God. No matter what, here comes God. Look at your angels just doing the thing because you have a deal with the divine. Period, point blank. I love it. I really do. They're really starting to understand how much you matter in the grand scheme of things. And I mean that. Mm, mm, mm. This person really just could be a Capricorn because look, we have all the air, double air, right? Look at this. Justice, King of Swords, Two of Swords, Judgment, Eight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. I feel like whomever this person is, they are now being bombarded and trapped by the own manifestations. It's a lot. Had they done their spiritual Carfax, they could have avoided the tower that's coming to them. But they didn't. Nope. They wanted to be ignorant. Okay. You flash me. I don't care. This is like almost, I'm going to be real. I see so much earth out here. You know how sometimes like there's infighting among siblings, right? Who's the best? Who's the best? Who's the best? This makes me feel like this is some weird cosmic earth sign battle royale. I've got Taurus, I've got Cap, and I've got Virgo. That's interesting. Like, who's the best? Interesting. Hate to tell y'all. Hate to tell y'all. I mean, it just depends, Capricorn, you can keep that energy you got. Much love, much respect, but you can keep it. You want to be a boss, go be a boss. Taurus like shiny things. They really do. Hence why this came out. Be careful about the illusion of shiny objects. They like the appearance of stability and the family life and all of that, but they're very undecided. If you've ever noticed, there's one bull for how many cows? Anyway, so then there's that, right? So Taurus is easily distracted by shiny things and pussy. Or dick, however you want it. I don't care. Um, and so when it comes down in terms of lifestyle and opulence and things of that nature, off the rip, and I'm not even, it's Virgo energy. They rule the higher element of Pentacle energy because they never stop. Just look at the court cards of representation, right? Virgo is often depicted as the Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. See what I mean? The longevity of it. Um, Capricorn is normally the Queen of Pentacles, right? Okay. Comfortable, a working parent, never really achieving the lifestyle. They have a drive. I don't know where it comes from personally. Um, it seems very external, but Capricorn energy can be highly motivated yet again by shiny things, whether physical or not. Okay. And so, in terms of not getting distracted, being able to really focus, being able to genuinely juggle more than one thing at a time, and keeping things actually rotating. It is the one in the earth element, right? Anyway, I'm just saying, look how they're sitting right here. It's very interesting because I don't think it's a real thing, but it feels like someone or something has tried to make it such. It's weird. And it could just be equally the representation of these elements in the major arcana also. Hierophant is Taurian energy, Taurus, right? The devil is Capricorn, the hermit is Virgo. It's just one of those things. It's so weird how that came out like that. But even in this energy, it's very much giving like the Knight of Pentacles. It's like you may not see the progress. It may not look a certain way to you, but when you go on to work and your job ain't corporate, aren't you attired to do the task at hand, right? Like, I know a lot of Tauruses who will be dressed to the nines with no particular place to go. Na, 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 na. Right. And, I don't have a lot of negative stuff to say about the signs. I really don't. Not even like that's, Capricorns are their own thing. They're usually very eclectic looking. I will say that. Very eclectic. They have their own style. But they're much more brands, I guess. But whatever. Look, they like to look the part. It's just funny. Because I don't think you should be wishing to be anything else but who and what you are, and be present through the changes of the seasons so you get to experience the energy and you never have to go through this. This is so fucking weird. It's stupid. Anyway, and so back to the original aspect of this reading. If you're experiencing anything weird right in life, someone keeps checking to see, like it's some weird temperature check to see if they've been able to shift your faith, your belief system, It's so weird. Like somebody wants you to go away. And here's what I'm getting also. There's the energy between a very karmic reader and a reader who's a divine feminine here. Boom, boom. The karmic readers would like you to, Eight of Cups, walk away. They're applying pressure in a collective fashion, right? Because they feel like they make a lot of money, okay, doing the shit they do. But if you keep spiritually freeing people and changing their opinion and their walk, look at the strength, hangman, hermit. You know, it's messing with the ebb and flow of what they receive, and they don't like it. But you are sanctioned like a legit light worker. Chariot, light worker card. See what I mean? Like, this is why you here. Like, you're inspiring people. They can feel the power of the Holy Spirit when you speak. I guess you give people chills a lot. It's the best way of equating that. So it's, you know, they want you to sacrifice your God given calling, your spiritual gifts. I don't think so. Look, yeah. Some of these, oh, that's so funny. I'm getting like celebrity tarot readers in particular. Yeah. But it's funny because they watch you to get ideas and inspiration, and then they utilize that to create more wealth for themselves. Isn't that funny? If you keep helping people become more emotionally balanced and accountable and, high vibrational, then they can't sell their little tricks and hexes and come to me and bring that nigga back and the bullshit. There are people who are actually selling products to help you clear away what doesn't serve you. I'm not one of them, but there are people who are actually out here helping you do the Lord's work. They don't like anybody high vibrational. If you are real, and I hate to say that, but there are a lot of people who want to be in the cool kids club, so to speak. We all have our purpose. That's not belittling you or taking away from it, but some shit is a lot of fucking. It's a headache. It's a headache. And let me be real. Um, you wouldn't choose it. Not no, you really wouldn't. Like it chose you. It chose you. Um, but yeah, you a problem to them, like a legit problem. And it hasn't been. Look, they definitely sent shit towards the divine feminine high priestess energies on a collective scale. They absolutely have. Because look, that calling and that anointing, that ain't nothing to play with. They keep trying to bring death to your abundance. Told you, and they working together. It's a little coven of them trying to mess with destiny, and all they're doing is they gonna be threadbare and moth eaten. There's a lot of financial work being done against the divine feminine high priestess collective. It is. I see it. Trying to block your views, also trying to obscure the way people interact with you. They don't want you going any further. They want to hold you right where you are. And so, for those of you who have platforms and things like that, the shadow ban isn't coming necessarily from the people behind the screen unless they're engaging in this sort of witchery, right? Yeah. I mean, they could have applied for jobs, but I feel like, you know, they promote who they want. And so there could be very well an element of them who are behind the scenes as well. This group still sees your success coming in. It's clear as day. They haven't been able to alter anything. No, look, no matter how much of this that they utilize, and it's really stressing them out. Look, because they really have been successful in other campaigns against people to cause great harm to them, to shut them down. But not you. You just keep showing up. You're quite mysterious to them. And so behind the scenes, these are people who have been reporting your content. It's based upon lies. Absolutely based upon lies. There is some form of glamour and trickery here, but again, it's just a matter of time. They want you to experience a level of stagnation in the creative process of you climbing to some position of recognition so difficult, so arduous that you just abandon ship. But that's just not the way this is supposed to go. Like, you have beings more so than physical people. You have beings clearing away. You have allies, bigger ones and physical ones, okay? But for those people, again, this is a karmic reader situation. And I'm not poking, I'm literally just telling you what I'm seeing. Because people make so much money off of the grief and misery of others. Like that petty revenge, that get back, that, you know what I mean? Instead of encouraging people to heal and not incur more karma, not teaching people how to recognize how they open doors and they allow, there's a level of accountability in order to ascend. Not even a level of accountability is necessary. There's just no getting around it. Keeping people in the same perpetual cycle. High, low, high. See a little result, then nothing. The person was acting right, now they not. Like, you're being manipulated. I remember myself, y'all, when I was told to leave the middlemen alone. And my dumb ass didn't listen immediately, and I should have, but it's just one more time. And I had already been, like, my spidey senses was going the fuck off. Like, this don't make sense. It don't make sense. Like, it don't make sense. There's always an escalation. There's always more money, more money, more money. Like, I have told people they don't need readings. Like, if you reach out to me and life is going good, and I mean that, everything that I told you previously is playing out exactly the way it needs to, or it was supposed to, and it's working out amazing, why would you put your foot in the pond to fuck it up? Why would you create the mental chaos? I want you to rely on your own intuition, your own spiritual connection to the divine. I'm just a little confirmation. I'm not a reliance point. I can't be that. That's not the way. You want to do so, like, it's like people who go to church every Sunday and then you hear those stories of them having near-death experiences and God tell them, I never knew you. I don't know what you was doing. I don't know who you was talking to, but it wasn't me. I'm not going to be that person. I'm not even the shepherd. I just do what I'm called to do. For whenever and however I'm called to do it. It's really not that we're here to save souls, to guide people, to show them the way, to not be the way. It's a level of evil. And it's been going on long enough, and it's not really helping people draw closer. It's destructive. It's a repetitive loop, and we've called bullshit on it. We've absolutely called bullshit on it. It's no mystery. You're being taken advantage of. Just saying. So they don't like none of that. You know what I mean? They don't. They like this because it's profitable. They can set their watch by it. You know, boom, boom. And because they've invested so much into that and keeping people from higher learning and higher knowledge and real hermeticism and alchemy and the study and the pursuit thereof, right? Capping people's ascension, their spiritual journey, harnessing their prosperity, their own capacity to be a force multiplier on a divine scale. Like it's sad and it's sick and it's enough already. We want to connect you back to the divine. And so, it's a us versus them sort of situation. And it's a little intense because 9 is a final number. 1 is next year. And it will start a brand new cycle. It really will. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And it's not, karmic. I'm saying karmic readers, but it's people who use their intuitive psychic abilities, their spiritual gifts for the dark, like for evil. Like, let me simplify it. It's not even about tarot. It's about anyone who utilizes a spiritual fucking gift to harm, hurt, manipulate another human being. And anyone who chooses to expose that is in a direct line of sight against those people. That's really the short and sweet of it all. It's not really that personal. It's what you represent. So they've made partnerships to tear you down. Period. Because they know the inevitable. They know who they serve. They know who they work for. And judgment is here. It is what it is. Who will say? And judgment is upon the world, by the way. It's not even like that. Look, 21:12. Right. This is a caring, compassionate plea to anyone using their spiritual gifts in a negative to hurt, harm, hinder another person. You are done. Love you. Because that is the rule. That is the law. We love, we love, we love. Love you, but you're done. You're done. It's like the discipline a child requires to make sure they know how to behave in the world. So you might as well, if you're gonna party it up, have a rule on the rail, however you say it, let the good times roll. Y'all done. See, this is the energy that we go into for the next cycle. 1, brand new. Your rule is over. It really is. It's done. And everybody that worked with you, everybody who plot, planned, strategized, partook, yes, I know you're getting the dreams. I know you are. I know you feel that energy following you. I know you're looking over your shoulders. Because you feel it. I know you feel it. You feel this energy upon you. It's chasing you. It's literally chasing you. Your bill is here and there's nowhere to go. But again, this is what you manifested. This is the result of your karma, of your manifestations, of your projections. It's just catching up with you. It's literally your energy being hand delivered back by our Father. Just so you know. Sorry, it is strong. There she go. Right there again. Right. Right. See? If you used, we see you clear as day. Clear as day. It literally is just your energy. It doesn't matter. Coming back to you. It's your seeds you have sown. It is nothing more than that. You know, the difference between moths and dragonflies cover great distances. I'm talking thousands and thousands and thousands of miles. They go through different metamorphic states. They start out as larvae in the water, you know, eating thousands and thousands of mosquito eggs, you know, killing bloodsuckers from their inception. They are created to do this thing. Moths, just like butterflies, start out as a caterpillar, as a larva, goes through several mutated forms, metamorphosis, however you want to call it. Man, that's why you see the downfall of all these church figures and shit. Like, please lose your whole eye, your third eye. See the blue, right? The third eye. You know, they gonna be judged the harshest. People who mislead folks astray, who pull them away from God's glory. The harshest punishment. Just know why. And this, everybody. It's wow. It's so wow. Anyway, I'm going to pick those up because the energy is very potent with that, sitting there like that. A lot of air. Ooh, peacock. It's flossing season. Yeah, every time I see peacock energy, it's flossing season. Yes. We got the rabbit, we got the buffalo, and we got the crocodile. That is interesting. I'm not even going to I'm not going to read from the book. I'm just, cheating. You know, rabbits have multiple means of escape, right? They're fast little creatures, often underestimated for their cuteness, right? But rabbits know how to fight. They know how to defend themselves, and they plan ahead. They're great engineers. There's a lot more going on under the surface than one could imagine. Okay, so you could be, you know, double earth, water. You know, and this energy is necessary because life has storms. And instead of running from the challenge, you go head on with it with a ferocity that has never been seen. There's layers and layers to your protection. Mind you, a crocodile, like all alligator species, have multiple lenses that protect them from different environments. So they're able to navigate even in the most murkiest of waters. Okay? So I feel like they're letting you know something. If someone had, hold on, let me just wait. I even feel like there could, like looking at this energy here, there could be someone coming towards you who is recognizing your progress. This person may say something on along the lines of, "I don't know how you did it. but this person is inspired by you. This very well family member. But you showed great courage and tenacity. And where others wouldn't have gotten out, you were able to find a means out. And I do see a lot of adversity here. Like, that's wild. This energy of patience and planning. And that really is, I feel like the secret to someone's success. That whole, the slow and steady wins the race, keeping your eye on the prize, what it is that you're building, what your goals are. In this deck, the Knight of Pentacles is Aries, Taurus, cusp energy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Whatever this person has, I don't know. Okay, so I'm also seeing this where someone may have something for you. You may be a little hesitant to engage with this person, to speak to this person, to open yourself to them in some capacity. But I feel like on their part, it is going to take great courage to come to you to have this conversation. In some capacity, you could have even manifested this because it's a lot of energy. The knight is the only representation of communication here. But there is some, but it really does feel like there is someone who has been, for lack of a better word, monitoring your progress and progression, and they are impressed. Like someone's been watching you, I guess, juggle multiple priorities because this Two of Pentacles is over here, like quiet as it's kept. Yeah, like it really makes me feel like somebody wants to give you your flowers because you've been doing the damn thing. Eight of Pentacles, like head down, doing the work. Right. And you didn't have any help. Like at all. Just because you didn't express a plan to somebody doesn't mean, because there's still no swords. There's still no swords. Good job. Keep your shit to yourself. That way people can't throw a monkey wrench in your plans. Lesson learned, huh, folks? Look, Empress. Right, because look at you now. Look at you now. Look, 333. There's communication. Look, 3333. There's definitely communication coming here. But I also feel like more so this is the universe like telling you too. This is petty stuff. The Empress is the only major. No swords, right? And as much as we connect the Empress energy to Libra, she's really just Venusian energy, the goddess of Venus, the Venusian energy. All things loving, all things nurturing, all things maternal. You know what I mean? Interesting. State, look. Because maybe somebody else has tried to get things off the ground for themselves in different areas of life, and they haven't been very successful with it. But yes, you have. Fierce determination. You about to get some sort of vindication. You really are. I don't know if there was some sort of mother figure who was opposing you, who was trying to slow you down and stagnate you in some capacity. Because I keep seeing variations of maternal figures. Queen of Pentacles, there's the Eight of Swords. Like someone tried to plant seeds of doubt within you, and you didn't let them take root. It never got off the ground, this negative energy that this person, look at this shit. There's some part of your destiny that this energy is aware of, that they really was like, nah. It's too good for you. Yeah, they definitely knew something. Little newsy motherfucker. Look, it involves great abundance and business, spiritual business. Yeah, they knew. They saw something, they learned something, and set out to hurt you, deceive you, and take it from you. Look at this shit. Did some moon shit with some practitioner. That's alright. It was like, if we end that for them, usurp it to us, boom, I can have everything. Yeah, whatever. How'd that go? How'd that go? You tried it. Have you been successful? Do you think it's successful? Like, really? Do you think it worked? Again, I just warned you. Little message. Remember, for all of you who've been using your God-given abilities for dark ass shit, you won't notice. It's over. And everybody you partner with don't even give a fuck. It's not for me to care. It's for me to deliver the message. God always wins. Like, period. Always wins. Because God plays the eternal game. Not the long game, the eternal game. Oh, little rabbit. Like somebody was trying to use you like they little lucky rabbit's foot. They was going to take your foot. But you left folks alone. That's what I ate of cups. You ate of cups, people. Places and things. I hear Bet touching buffalo. What the fuck is that Bet? Give me one for rabbit. Queen of Pentacles. One for buffalo. Thank you. Ooh. See? One for crocodile. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Queen of Wands. Look at that. See, the Queen of Pentacles prepares, right? She works hard. She's practical. And when you're practical, you plan ahead, right? Like the rabbit burrow. It's not just one burrow. It's not just one generation living in those burrows. It's a whole ecosystem. I told y'all about this documentary called The Burrowers. British one. Only about an hour. That being said, I think it's 3 parts, hour each. Anyway, they go into the different lives of burrowing creatures. They look at them. They study them. And there's a whole ecosystem in that bitch. It ain't just them. It's a lot of different creatures in there. But that's the practicality, right? Okay. Instead of running from things coming to an end, right? The buffalo charges ahead. It meets it where it is. It takes it as an opportunity. You can't fight the inevitable, right? The inevitable is, death is, rebirth is. Okay? Crocodile for the Queen of Wands, yeah, that's a courageous fucking creature, is it not? As dangerous or as docile as one needs to be. Crocodile energy. A gentle mother, delicately carrying its offspring in its, what do you call that thing? Snout, in its mouth, making sure they get to a certain size before she allows them to fend for themselves. Never, who knew that such a ferocious creature could be so delicate? Or a creature that appears, I guess you just shouldn't judge it by its surface, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, intrepid energy. Wow. The combination of crocodile and the Queen of Wands, a zest for life. Absolutely. It's like somebody tried to put you in some sort of weird crocodile death roll, and you was like, instead of fighting it, you allowed it. Because why get ripped limb from limb? Or if you just relax, you might survive it. You learn perseverance. I like it. I really do. It's beautiful energy. So your ass done popped up like Lazarus. All right. King of Swords. Look at that. But would you look at that? And said, I know you the truth. And I can't even put this card down because I don't want to ruin a surprise. Yeah, Ace of Swords. I already know. Just Ace of Swords, Chariot. Just know the next chapter of life. Oh my God. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. It is better than anything you've ever experienced. And that might be a really potent thing to say for some of you, because I don't know your experiences. Who's to say you haven't been walking on sunshine your whole life? But even if you have, it's about to get better. It's really about to get better. And we're going to keep your blessings. These are tangibles. I will say that. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, so many beautiful. Ooh. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. That's all I can say. Really. Well, let's not arm the enemy. That's so funny. Cobra and oyster. You know, oysters contain pearls, right? Keep that shit to yourself. Clam up, bitch. Clam up. Yeah, see? The cobra's hood, the protective hood, the expansive hood. The cobra represents knowledge, wisdom. Yeah, protect your shit. Protect your shit. They're doing, what do you call that stuff? Crown chakra work. Protect your mental. Protect your pearls of wisdom. So, you know, if you've been feeling more, if you've been feeling guided to, what do you call that? Wear head coverings, even baseball caps, fellas. However you do, protect your crown. Mm-hmm. Wow. because I feel like for real, it's gonna get deep. It's gonna get real deep. Yo, wow. You know the sea serpent has the most toxic venom in the world. It might be just the ocean, but I think it's period. Oh no, no, no. Of all snakes, that's what it is. The sea serpent has the most toxic venom of all serpents. So I feel like the knowledge, the wisdom, the downloads that Spirit is getting ready to give those who are resonating with this particular, you know, download. Hold on, hold on, hold on. This is so funny. Um, right. This is dope. We're just talking about this mothering energy and all that. Look, the sea serpent and the second chakra. Don't mind me. Okay. Healing emotional wounds, expressing desires. Okay. The sea serpent represents the energy of expression, whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire. The sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self judgment and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in muddy waters. Y'all gotta calm down. Y'all gotta calm down with the emphasis. Like that's funny, man. Okay. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our life and in other places it floods. It's important to remember no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection. She supports us as we learn to express our true nature. This makes me feel like big time rebirth, regeneration, beautiful cosmic womb energy. So these pearls of wisdom, this knowledge, this insight, all of these things that have gone on, like in the healing process, in the incubator of life. That is beautiful energy. Some of you could be going through like a literal rebirthing thing, like a shamanic experience, like a sweat lodge, and this might be a great opportunity if you to seek one out if this resonates with you. Okay, the sea serpent and the second chakra. The subtle energy of the sea serpent occupies the area of Vadhishana. Forgive me if I misspoke. That chakra, located deep within the pelvic bowl. This chakra is known as our center of creativity and desire and is associated with the water element. Look, like that song, Make Me, right? The water song, right? Svadhisthana translates as in her own abode, indicating this chakra is the home of the Divine Mother or the Kundalini herself. See? I knew the masculine energy was going through another Kundalini awakening, but for them, if they had to feel the rise of their own inner masculine first, then the second serpentine energy to rise up would be their feminine. Again, I'm not a dude, so I don't know how their spiritual awakenings work. I really don't. Like, I'm over here in my body, my body, right? So I can only express my experience. So, hey, fellas, if you've gone through a couple Kundalini awakenings and you would like to share your experience, I am open to hear. Thank you. Which energy vortex did you feel arise within you first? Was it your inner god or your inner goddess? Okay. Oh! Okay. I'm going to pull. Let's use these for now. What do we need to know about this sea serpent energy? Divine collective energy, Father. Ooh, look. The worst is behind you, right? Don't miss out on opportunities because you're still overly protective and shielding yourself. You have the protection of the Great Mother. I feel like some of you are refusing love offers, right? The pelvic bowl, right? That's that, right? Baby, you should give it to me. Yeah, they funny. I was getting ready to say it. You can leave, lady or gentleman. I'm just telling you what my cards are saying. Don't mind me. Balance some energies. It's okay. I get it. The worst is behind you. And again, I am not telling you what to do with your body. I'm literally. But there needs to be a conversation. It feels like with those nights, like inside, you know. We'll see. But the worst is behind you. I feel like you have plenty of options, plenty of choices. But you may just be outright being like, no, no, no. Right. I feel like the era of illusions and glamour and people not showing up as their authentic selves is well behind you. Again, because the worst is over. Like the worst is over. Yeah, look, you are now in a healing phase of life, rest and recovery. And part of the rest and recovery is very much the sexual healing of the trust and bonds that are built within a relationship. I feel like it's something for the long haul. Right. Baby. Yo, they play too much. Love and feeling. Yo, they play too much. Sometimes you get stripped of such desires to help you focus on your spiritual journey. Especially when you're being used and manipulated through your lower chakras. Like when you start to find out and awaken to energy harvesting, sexual magic, and all that shit, you have to be sat down for a little bit. You have to, in order to realize the power and potency of that particular sacral sexual energy. Right. Because there's no more you can claim ignorance about it. And so until you learn and master your spirit of discernment, hey, it is what it is. You got to keep the cookie on lock. You got to keep the cookie on lock. Look, see? But you've gone through that. Or the peen, you got to keep it on lock. But spirit is now trying to show you that you have overcome the energetic attacks on your sacral chakra, strength, hermit, ace of wands. Right, so you're not moving from a place of ego. But king of wands, moon. That energy of those people who were, they show up a certain way. They look good on the surface, but their spirit of chaos and contempt is within them. So look, here you go. Justice, Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Just letting you know you're going to have a choice. Or 2 or 3 or 7 or 10. Yeah, in love. Absolutely. But you've overcome this energy of the devil dick. Strength is out here. I don't need to see the devil to know this is devil dick. I don't even want to be disparaging. Yes, you have defeated it. Whatever spirit of lack that was causing you to open yourself to these, look, I knew he was going to show up. You're done. You fixed it. You're not holding on to anything. You're not clinging to anything or anything like that. Nope, you have balanced those scales. You balance the scales. Now the will can spin in a beautiful direction, and you can manifest. Feel like you are already currently manifesting your kingdom spouse. Ace of Swords. Okay. Here they come. Right. So they really want you to open yourself up because this person is entering the building. The love of your life, your kingdom spouse, is entering the chat. The love of your life, your kingdom spouse, who fonder than with all the love and all the intellect, all the things that you know you love, want, need. They are entering your spiritual chat. Yes, they are. Okay? You're going to know them by their energy. Because that's what you had to learn to read. You had to be able to recognize this low vibrational demonic shit when you see it. When somebody chuck full of demons, you had to do it. Now look at you. Now look at you. Okay? They are entering the chat. You've healed what needed to be healed. You've also overcome any sort of broken heart energy. You literally healed it. And that's the most important part. There's no more vengeance. There's no more ire within you. None of that. None of that. You have ousted it from yourself. You literally walk in forgiveness. You see things different. You recognize that we are engaged in a spiritual warfare, and now you're good. Now you're good. I feel like some of this was some karma. We always got to deal with that. But now things are balanced and fair. And now look, now Archangel Michael is on, like, we ride. You don't have to worry. You're not fighting your own spiritual battles anymore. You have angelic protection overseeing all of it. All of it. So, okay. They want you to get into the emotions of manifestations, especially when it comes to this life partner. Okay? And you're going to tap into this Kundalini rising energy. Look at the elephant. That's how you know. Look at that shit. See the fire? See the flame? Look at that. Didn't I tell you this person's, it's big energy too. Huge fucking energy. Told you they are entering the chat of your third eye, of your spiritual chat room. Look at that right there. Liddy. That is impressive. You know, elephants are matriarchal ruled, right? This is very potent shit for this divine feminine energy. Like, ooh, it's sweeping the world. This person might have a chipped tooth. You're going to find it cute, though. I'm going to let it go. Guys, I hope this message has helped you. The multiple messages that have come out in this reading. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. And we shall do it again very, very soon.